Welcome to Photo Club Alpha, and welcome to the NEX 5, or indeed the NEX 3 as well, which is a very versatile camera. I've got a whole table here, and on this table there's a whole stack of different adapters and lenses and things. I'm going to quickly just show how many different things I can do with this. First of all, I'll take the lens off, and we'll fit the Sony Alpha adapter. This is the LAEA1 adapter, which enables us to take something like this SAM 30mm macro f2.8 lens and put it straight on to the NEX, and it will then, it'll autofocus. It'll do it reasonably well, and it'll provide us with a very nice compact macro, which is going to work pretty well for all purposes. But if I want a different macro lens and I want something vintage, here I've got a Pentax Super Tachymar 50mm manual lens from about 1970. I'm going to fit this onto a chipped M42 adapter, and that is then going to go straight onto there. And I've now got a manual 50mm half-life size macro, very high quality 50mm f4. Any Pentax lens that I can fit via this manual adapter will go on there. That can include all kinds of things, and here I'm going to go even further with the macro. I'm going to go straight for a set of Pentax Auto Bellows fitted with a Minolta rather than anything else macro lens on the front, 25mm f2.5, very similar to a Leica. Now, to fit this, I'm going to actually remove the bayonet from there, and I'm going to pop that on there. I'm then going to take the NEX and discover that I need to remove the tripod mount from the bottom of the adapter, which you can do. That's the tripod mount removed. Then the NEX will fit straight on to the Pentax bellows. There we have an incredibly powerful, very high magnification set of bellows with a camera with no mirror, no vibration, mounted on the back. Right, now this adapter of course will also take, with that in, that's now adapted to Pentax screw thread. Let me see, it'll also take micro. Let's get this out. There we are. That's a T-mount. So we've now got a micro adapter, microscope adapter. That's going into there. This will now mount straight on top of a microscope or a telescope using this custom-made machined part which came from SRB Greiter in Britain, who are a machining company who advertise in the photo press. I've had this for many years. Cool, right. You can fit other sorts of specialist lenses, that's not a problem. Here, for example, is a Seamount adapter. I don't recommend these. There are very few Seamount lenses which are actually worth using. Also, there's no little red dot on it, so I just have to guess the alignment. The red dot's on the back where I can't look at it when I'm putting it on, not so easily. There's a Seamount CCTV lens. Colours about 1/9 of the frame, it's almost useless. Right, so moving on, a Minolta MD adapter. Now, like the Alpha system adapter, this actually gives you access to other systems. Right, this will give us access straight away to mounting an MD lens on the camera. This MC 200mm f4.5, late 1960s, early 1970s maybe, I'm not sure. This one gives fantastic performance wide open. You can really focus it accurately on the NEX, much more so than you ever could on SLR, and you can see what the lens is capable of. Now, this adapter will also accept any Pentax lens mounted onto this MMC or MD system to Pentax adapter, which is a vintage Minolta adapter. So if you've got either the Alpha adapter or one of these adapters, you also have access to proper infinity registration and performance with M42 thread Pentax lenses. So that's there. I've got another Pentax thread adapter here, and this is a Kip-on tilt-shift adapter. I wish I'd been able to get this in Minolta MCMD fit or in Alpha fit, because then I could have put Pentax lenses on the end of it as well as something else. This is a tilt-shift, oh, not a tilt-shift, sorry. I apologise, I keep calling it that. It's actually just a tilt adapter. The Kip-on tilt adapter will give you a Scheimpflug effect, depth of field control at an angle to the focus plane of the sensor, so that you can go from a foreground to a deep background and keep everything in focus with an angled shot. It looks a bit loose and wiggly here. I mean, this is obviously not going to work, but what you do is you take this ring round the outside and you tighten it up like that once you've got it in position. These things don't tighten that way. They're actually, that's not how they tighten. They tighten by turning this way, like this. And that then, once you've got it in the right position, will lock the lens for your shot. It's a little bit of a robust action to be doing with such a lightweight camera body. And with the camera body on a tripod and the amount of effort that you need to tighten this up, I really would suggest great care is taken with one of these adapters on a NEX. The NEX is a pretty strong camera, but this requires some force to get it tight, particularly with a large heavy lens like this 58mm f2 Russian Helios from a Zenith. Nice lens for special effects, really funky bokeh, but you know, it's a little bit physical for such a small camera. A final useful one here. This is a Leica adapter. Now, because this keeps the body slim, it can open the way to a few other things. One of these I'm going to show quickly before I lose out of filming time is this, which is a set of bellows with interchangeable mounts, BPM bellows. They're not that easy to get hold of, but they're pretty versatile. Now, that BPM bellows set on the Leica mount allows a much closer rear focus to whatever lens you put on the front. Any other mount to go onto a bellows will add the thickness to make it up to a DSLR. This keeps it the thickness of a Leica. And that is really versatile because you can then fit a 75mm lens like this and focus on infinity. I can use this lens for landscapes. I can't avoid the fact that I've got a big set of bellows sticking out the front. I'll find some other bellows which will work better. What matters is that they should be able to take a Leica adapter on the back. The same Leica adapter enables me to fit this little 50mm f2 Jupiter lens from a Zorki and any other Leica thread lens. That's very useful. Right, I'm going to put the 16mm back on.